guys. Welcome to episode 8 of the Home Tour Podcast. Today we are talking about Picture Perfect, the art of real estate photography. So this is 100% Tyler's.
It's my topic. It's my topic.
It's his topic. So without further ado, the red carpet is out for you, my friend.
So stop using your freaking phone.
Preach. End of episode.
Let's be honest though. Straight up. There is a house currently on our market. Y'all know where we are.
I saw it.
It's $1 million property with cell phone photos.
Yep.
How? Like really? I would fire the agent straight up. Like gone. Like no, you're not going to sell my $1 million house, and you spent 45 seconds doing it. No,
that's right.
Sorry.
My favorite is the one. There's one specific agent in our local area who takes their own photos. And if you scroll through all of them enough, you will find them in the mirror in every home they list. It's my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah. My favorite thing is I'll get text messages going, did you photograph this house? And I'll always go, did you look at the TV to see if the house is on the screen? That's my trademark. And they're like, and they go, oh my God, there it is. I'm like, then I photographed it. Like we all have our own little thing that we put, because we can't put our watermark on MLS photos. So we all kind of have like our own little thing to help show like this is what we did that property kind of thing. So
show us a little bit about like the importance of like the visual marketing aspect. Like what are you doing specifically that's gonna help market these houses?
So my goal whenever I show up at a property is to highlight the best attributes of the house to help showcase it for the agent and for ultimately for their client. Whether it's like you have you've spent $100,000 on landscaping in the back. If I don't spend like at least 10 to 15 images outside, then you're missing a huge potential to showcase. Like they spent all this time. This is your outdoor sanctuary at this home. So, or if like you've spent a ton of time doing your kitchen and they only do one shot, then I didn't do your house justice. And so another thing, Payton, you do it too. You'll have a stager come in. And so like if a stager comes in and they set it up perfectly, but there's like a few things that don't help to like center an image. That way it doesn't feel like weighted on all sides. Then that's whenever I will then like start moving some stuff just to make the image feel fuller. So that way that the way that the story of that image is told on the marketing side helps to really showcase it. So you got that, and then like I don't have the toilet seats up in pictures, like just little
things laying on the bed.
Things.
Yeah, things laying on the bed. Remember those?
Let's be real. Like sometimes you got to have those, but just not in pictures. Like, let's be real.
That's the more than earmuffs version. So if you have questions about that, maybe we can. You can ask us about that.
Yeah.
Another time.
What's our email? The Home Tour Podcast.
The Home Tour Podcast at gmail.com.
So, but no, my ultimate goal. Yes, I can take pretty pictures for you, but like I want to make sure that you're getting the top. Exactly what you need in terms of marketing. So if you have a fantastic area that you want to show off the aerials, you're very close to the high schools, you're close to golf cart paths in Peachtree City. Like those are also key elements that you want to also showcase inside of your listing. Video, drone, like all that stuff's great. But now we're getting into floor plans and like virtual tours and like all those little extra pieces. It just depends. Not every single property needs the full gambit. I call it the whole shebang. Not every single property needs that, but like on those properties that do, like spend the extra money up front to really showcase the property to make sure that you're maximizing it for your client.
Yes. Yeah, I totally agree. So like what are some, and I know you have different packages based on what people may need. Talk about like what you do as far as virtual staging and stuff like that and why that's important.
Sometimes I honestly forget what all I offer. Let's be real.
Look, so I remember.
But yeah.
Do I do that? Oh, yes, I do.
If you have a vacant property, virtual staging is key. To me, it just helps to showcase the size of rooms because I can measure a room and go, okay, this bed, this king size bed could fit in here with these 2 nightstands. Like I can measure all that on my side after a shoot to see what all fits into a room, just to help visualize for the potential buyer. It's always pretty to do sunset pictures, like especially if it's like over a certain price point to really help engage. And so if it's got a nice porch and you really want to be like, hey, like you could sit out here, have a glass of wine, and this is the sunset, like all those little things is really help to tell the story of a property to really highlight and showcase for the listing materials. And then
Yeah.
after that, like there's only a few of us in the area that really do it, but we start marketing for you guys. I don't have to play by the same rules that you do because like I'm showcasing my services, not the property. And yes, it is pretty pictures and pretty properties, but I'm highlighting what I do best, and that's showcasing my skills. And so like I can put it out there, kind of get the marketing started for properties, and then you guys can share it and then talk about it from your stance. So
Right.
that's another thing that I offer, and I don't charge for that.
Yeah, and I think another thing too is that's important that you may not even know happens, but a lot of times, especially when the market was super crazy a couple of years ago, during the appraisal process, there were a lot of people that, you guys correct me, but they were doing desktop appraisals. Am I using the right terminology here?
Yeah.
With a
A,
desktop appraisal.
Yeah, so, like, that's where they're not even going to the house. They are literally going and
Oh,
looking on the information and the photos that are available
Mhm.
online. So,
See,
if
didn't even
if
That
the
helps.
notice.
photos and all that kinda stuff look real shitty, that might have been affecting your appraisal.
Yeah.
So, it's really
Oh,
important, and there's a lot of times that you may not know whether or not, because again, correct me if I'm wrong, try and
nope.
stay in my lane, but if we don't know until the appraiser reaches out who, what
Yeah.
kind of appraisal or anything that they're doing, when they're doing it. It could be a local person that shows up on a random Friday. It could be somebody who's been like, nah, it's been raining, I would rather just do it from my house. So you get all kinds of different people. So that's why I'm just like, well,
Hmm.
one, consistency, because you're building everybody's brand, right?
Mhm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I want to stay consistent and offer the same things to all clients, but also I want to give everybody the same chance to be successful. So I'm not
Yeah.
going to be out here, even though I've hired Tyler to come and take photos of probably should have been torn down house.
Mhm.
I've also hired Tyler to come and take photos of $1 million properties.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
it's everybody's getting the same treatment. We're not
Same
showing up
treatment.
and giving cheaper things a
Mhm.
cheaper product.
And that's the one thing. Whenever I get to a property, so say if like whenever you book me for one shoot, you're like, hey, this is what I think I want to do. Whenever I get to property, we walk it together, and I'm like, hey, I don't think you need to do X.
Mhm.
So save that money and spend it on like the digital marketing side on a Facebook ad or something. Yes, my job is to go out and try to make, but my job is ultimately to help you and understanding like all your marketing materials as well. Be like, you might not need to add on the virtual staging here, but save it and then use your money to do a Facebook ad or something
Mhm.
different. So like that's another thing. Like I'm not going to try to upsell every single property to make as much as I can. Like I want to help you build your brand equally.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that's too, just like pitching off of that. Like, I mean, when you go to search for a house online, like even if you're working with an agent, we all know we go to, an app and
Yep.
look at a picture, search for houses. The first thing you see is those pictures. So, like,
Mm-hmm.
literally, I'll see a house and I'll be like, well, Tyler did that one
Yeah.
because it's good.
Yep. Yep.
That's like the first impression too of a place. You don't read the description, you see the pictures first. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's huge.
That's that first initial creating the emotional connection
Yeah.
between buyer and property. Like if you miss that, you potentially miss out on a
Mhm.
buy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so
If you
like
just click
that
the
right there
next.
alone is worth
that's
the
true.
money.
Mhm.
Exactly. Like I
I
really
think
wish that the big Z, we all know who we're talking about. I wish their app was more like Tinder and be like swipe left. Like I don't like this
Like,
one. Bye 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 bye
right.
bye. Like, I think they really need to rebrand themselves.
that's Tinder.
Just
Look,
create your own. Start your own.
there you go.
Yeah.
Oh
There we
my
go.
I think
gosh, that would
photography
be.
is really important. I seen your pictures and they're really, really good.
Mhm.
But I remember in 2021, I was in the market for a house and I look at the pictures and every single house look wonderful.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's like everybody's dream house. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, look, and it's not $1 million. Let's go take a look at it. We
Yep.
went to like 12 houses and none of them looked like the
None of them
pictures.
look the
Nope.
same.
No,
Yeah.
And I was
Yep.
like, this makes me upset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
agree.
literally exhausted my wife and myself for like
Yep.
3 months looking for a house because none of them looked like the
The
pictures.
same.
Hmm.
I'm
Hmm.
like,
That's the hardest part of my job too, is like, where do I draw that line? And so for me, yes, I want to make your property look as beautiful as possible, but I want to make it look as realistic as possible as well. I'll
yeah,
add in some extra lighting, like all that stuff is cosmetic. You could change out the light bulbs to like 100 watt versus a 12 watt that you had in your house, like
yeah,
little things like that. But like, so it's just those little nuances is what you really have to think through on my end on what I'm delivering at the end product.
yeah. You don't want that. You don't want that client like 2 months down the road saying, "Hey, Tyler, I'm here drinking my coffee, and I don't see the sunset,
I do.
bro."
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Oh
like
my
just little
gosh.
things like that.
That's
Like
crazy. How can you add those things to like a nice background to the house, like it doesn't exist? I don't
yeah,
know.
my
That's
favorite one is whenever like I've seen this. Agents will ask me to take out power lines or hide a cell phone tower, and I'm like, no, you need to find somebody else because that's illegal.
Oh
Like,
my
no, I
god.
cannot misrepresent a property.
Mm-mm.
And
yeah,
so just things like that too. So,
Yeah. Well, in
but
our next episode, in episode 9, we're going to be talking more about like the digital side of things. So we'll save more about the virtual
that side,
tours
yes.
and 3Ds and all that kind of stuff for episode 9.
Yep.
Ultimately, at the end of the day, quit doing stuff on your own. Hire a professional. The end.
What
The end.
yeah.
Let us
Exactly.
Yeah.
let us be good at what we
Put
do.
this in your pocket and let me show it with my camera. My favorite one, I'll tell you this quick story. I was doing a property a couple weeks ago, and I walk in and the client goes, the seller goes, "Oh, you have a real camera?" And I was like, "I have
Oh
a
my
real camera."
god.
It's like, what
Wow.
did you expect? Like, yeah, I'm
Oh,
a real person. Like,
yikes.
this is
You
what I
should have
really do.
you should just
And
carry
The
like one of
new
those old
Galaxy.
Polaroids with you and be like, no, this is what we're using.
snap.
Here's your, yeah,
Be like,
yeah.
Here's a picture.
so
Just go
yeah,
ahead and
that's
wave that
always my
around.
favorite
Let that
one.
let that develop.
Shake it, shake
just,
it.
just
Shake
shake the Polaroid. But no, like spend like if you're gonna at least certain price points, yes, but like spend the time up front. Don't have a house sitting for weeks and then people go, well,
Yeah.
why is nobody coming? It's because your marketing material was trash to begin with, and you've wasted 3-4 weeks of the seller's time.
Woo.
Just go ahead and spend
Great.
it all at the beginning.
Yep.
Yep. Yep. Cool.
So, and it's a
Well,
tax write off for you guys. So
Agree.
damn. Keep coming with the truth. Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing all of your goodness with us, because while we have our own creative talents, none of us are as creatively talented as you. So
Yes.
thank you for
Amen.
being great
just
at
on
what
the
you do.
photo side of things, y'all kill it on everything else that I suck at. So
We can't kill it without the good images. So
Yes.
it's
Truth.
what makes us a good
it's a
team.
great partnership.
That's right. All right. So stay tuned. Next week, we'll be back talking about more about the digital marketing and navigating real estate marketing online. So stay tuned. We will see you then. Bye.
Bye all.